I'm in the middle of a few changes right now. Upgrading some new systems, changing a few things out, getting some new equipment that'll help me open up to some new game ideas. And one of them I'm looking to explore right now. Acquired a new system that allows me to make use of the Virtual Boy. Not that I didn't have any problem with Virtual Boy when I had my old system, but there was a little difference about it. Traditionally, it's been red and black. Well, in my old system, I had the white and black. Surprise, surprise, huh? Well, this one, what I'm looking to do, we're going to review the couple of selections of the Virtual Boy this episode. Starting off, Virtual Boy Wario Land. Get used to these references, because you're going to be seeing a lot of them on Virtual Boy games. Read instructions and precaution booklets before opening. In English and in Japanese. Okay. Virtual Boy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have to push the buttons to move the screens around, so. Hold on. Okay, I got tired of waiting for the screen to change. So, here's the demo. Yeah, Virtual Boy Wario Land. Wario in an airplane, and he's giving you the thumbs up. This is something of an evil Mario, and he's maybe not. Well, looks to be deceiving. Okay, which gate does Wario go into? Okay, looks like we got settings below. I guess we go into game 1. We see montage in red. Wario just saving it off, and then I don't think that's a Koopa, but something wakes him up, vanishes, and I guess he's on the warpath. Okay, just changing over. Okay. These 3 robots going, or I don't know what these are, but they're going down the down a corridor with an array of prizes. These we have to pick up? Well, Wario is on the prowl. He has a jump, but he also has a charge. Ooh, a looping. Yeah. One hit and you fall down. Ooh. Yeah, and watch out for the pits too. Well, you're back to Super Wario. Okay, you got a duck, you got a charge. And yeah, you still gotta watch out for that. And you also lose your hard hat, I guess, when you go to Not So Super Wario. This game actually looks pretty interesting. I've heard some say this is likely the best game of the Wario series, at least for the American audiences. Careful, looks like a frog of some kind. I'll admit I don't know all the characters here. And, well, oh. You get to pick things up. A little nod to Super Mario Brothers 2, where you were able to pick things up. And you Go down. Be able to knock down some blocks. Be able to throw some stuff in. Heart for health. Okay, little change up there. Oh, question mark blocks. And maybe I'll check a few more blocks out there. Block a coin. Another coin. Ooh, big coin. And ooh, a potion. And you're back to Super Wario. Yeah, it really is interesting that seems like the best game on this system is, well, not a Mario game, but a Wario game. And looks like I'm trying to get that flying coin of something. Well, I don't think I'm able to really get it. Trick I'm missing. Charge and get the coin off that enemy of some kind. Kind of looks like a chicken. Big blocks. Okay, looks like gotta get a bit of a running start. Or another way. Hold on. Okay, more of a potion. Okay, I guess you still got a bigger charge. Okay. Yeah, running charge. You got get a bit of a running charge and not let anything stop you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I was hitting the brakes on it. Another health. Okay. Ooh, butt bounce. So that's different. And you also get some health hearts in the process. Alright. Here we go. Ooh. Yep. You went to normal and you got hit by a bad enemy. I really don't know Wario's world. Don't exactly know who his enemies are, other than Mario. Or sometimes why he'd be considered a hero in this. And watch out for this sweeping balls. Go on to the next screen. Got that good charge. Coin. And jump. Pick up. You got a enemy you can throw. If you haven't already. Alright. Come on. Okay, where can I throw this thing? Oh. It was able to drop a coin for you. Okay, potion, coins. Get a little more of the potion, but I don't think you really need it much. Big coin. Looks like 1 life left on Wario. Spend enough time and effort on this. You really become pretty good at it. But the Virtual Boy was the system that had a lot of issues with, so I don't think excessive amounts of time were highly recommended on it. So I don't know exactly how challenging this game would be. So yep. Wall block and got a coin out of it. Knocked him away. Coin, health. So you can do the butt bounce. Yep, another health. Big coin. That butt bounce just reminds me of Pac-Man World. Probably well something maybe for another future. But Pac-Man World's best known for the PlayStation 1. I guess I couldn't get that one. I'm too late. Ooh. Okay, big coin. Grab that. And ooh, okay. Now here's something interesting. A jump to the back. And some assets in the back. Health, coins, health. And yeah, you got some obstacles there, but you can't get at those. But you got a little bit of a... So just jump back over here and you grab a key. Okay, little asset to pick up. Can you go back there? You're hitting the ceiling trying to get that, so... See, no answer there. Ooh, some coins. I don't think you got the aptitude, well, the power necessary to get at what's in those blocks, and or the skill to, well, okay, look, seems to be pretty good, and there I blew it. And it's back to the beginning. If there's any checkpoints here, I have not come across them. And, oh. Yep, I got hit. And I am done right away. Game over. In 3D Magic. And tells you total codes, total time. That's not bad for a more or less first try. I have to say, Virtual Boy Wario Land looks pretty impressive from what I've seen. And it's totally unlike anything you probably see out of a Mario game, especially jumping into the background. I know the Virtual Boy really has a bad rep, but this was a good game that came out for that system. I'm kind of glad I got in my collection now. And I think we'll probably do a few more as time goes on. So, what's next? Up next on the list, Teleroboxer. And read instructions and precaution booklets for operating. Virtual Boy logo. This is the, I guess that's the designer in the right-hand corner. Gets credited for his work. And Teleroboxer. Apparently that is this game. And again, we got the setup coming up. Okay, looks like you're controlling a robot. Punch him out. Teleroboxer. Press start. Let's go on to the next screen. That's a good me. Good player. Wins, losses too. Yeah. This is a game I really had trouble figuring out. And that's the opponent list. Obviously, I get 6 more if I figure out what I'm doing. So, I guess I'm Pajero, and I'm against Johnny, a 25-year-old, Great Britain, I think. 25-year-old guy. So, ready? Fight. So, I think I'm punching. I believe that's a block. So, yeah, dodge and weave. So, I'm able to block punches, but I thought it would be throwing them, but I think, yeah. Throwing the punches is the hard part. Ha ha ha. Laughing. Yeah, he's laughing at me because, yeah. I can dodge, I can weave, I can defend. Don't think I'm getting attack right. Alright, dodge. Oh, nope, he got me. And, oh, got me again. And, yep, got me. Did I dodge, or did he get one under? And I'm like trying to throw punches. I'm not connecting. This is another one you definitely need practice with. Oh, timeout. So you lost, and well, you lost the round, but you're able to get a little energy back. He didn't lose any because you didn't land a hit. Well, I didn't land a hit. That's what I need to see about doing. I need to see how I can throw the punches better. Because that's not what I'm getting at. I understand a lot about the complaints about this system. The controls often were a little hard to figure out. So yeah, this one you definitely had to read the instructions. I think, yeah, my fist glowed for a little bit. Yeah, it's like your energy charged. But I'm having a hard time just throwing that energy at my opponent. That's the headache part. And there he is, laughing his butt off again. And I'm about to run out, and he got me again. No, not quite yet, but getting there. Right. Yeah, one more hit, and I'm done for. Oh, timeout. So, that's a little bit, but I'm not getting a whole lot of energy back. Getting a little. Quarter strength, but yeah, unless you can really figure out how you can throw a punch, which I'm going to look to do later on in future studies. There's not much to this. So you can block, you can dodge, but it's just a matter of getting those fists to connect, and that is my issue. And I'm out. You lost. You call that boxing? Ha. Try again. Not this time. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm not even sure I was doing it right. It's like, yeah, the dodging that I was able to get, and I think I was able to get blocking in. But I have no idea if I was punching right. It's like, yeah, you had the fists up, one fist up, the other fist up, and then both fists up. But try as I may, I couldn't figure out how to throw a decent punch. Or at least, if I was throwing a punch, it wasn't one I recognized. This one may need to be revisited again. So, what's up next? Well, another infamous part of Nintendo's library for the Virtual Boy. Waterworld. Home of Mamu, the incredible waltzing whale. I'll explain that one on the gameplay. Looking through the list to get to it. Bear with the pause for a second as we come to the read instructions books and precautions before operating. The usual suspects and the Virtual Boy logo. Automatic pause. And you take a break every 15 minutes. And welcome to Ocean Presents Waterworld, home of Mamu, the incredible waltzing whale. Or maybe not. You know, when I think of Mamu, the waltzing whale, I think of a Autoglass commercial that I used to listen to on my way to school every once in a while. It had a amusement park called Waterworld, which was patterned off of SeaWorld, where their main attraction was Shamu the whale. Mamu the whale would go into his waltzing act and find, well, actually I think Mamu was a she, but she always found herself waltzing out to the parking lot where she broke a lot of car windows after being scolded for being a bad whale. Well, the commercial was fun. SeaWorld's no longer around anymore, neither is Shamu. But you take a look at a lot of this water, this black to the red, kind of makes me wonder if I'm not in a parking lot. I used to think you were supposed to rescue the people in this game, but apparently not. You just blow away the Deacon's goons as they're riding past on their jet skis, and also save the little girl Enola. I will admit I've only seen the movie one time, but I did go to the stunt show for in LA at Universal Park when I went to a Battlestar Galactica convention around the, I believe, the 20-25 year anniversary. Enola saved, Enola multiplier. And I guess you're also trying to make sure none of the atollers get taken by the Deacon's goons. I guess they are around to do more than just run around in jet skis and drive you crazy. You're supposed to, I guess, take them from taking any of the atollers. So, start shooting to your heart's content and make sure no one gets taken away. Some of them will be in close range, and I guess that might be the Deacon's boat for all I know. Still, you get to take him out of the picture. Blasting, blasting, blasting. The game is pretty self-explanatory and seemingly simple enough. You're just blasting enemies and trying to make sure, I guess, none of the atollers get taken away. Although I think what's left of their city is pretty much gone. But you got the last of the Deacon's goons, total round bonus, 6 of the atollers, well, actually, a portion of the atollers. You survived, and Enola's been saved, that's round 2, and 7 atollers. So, keeping at it. Right, total round bonus, 4,800. Still going at it. The atoll is a shambles from the looks of it. And you still got people swimming around. Just gotta blast away at the Deacon and try to keep your boat in more or less one place. Round 3. Guess there are quite a bit of rounds in here. I guess these games had to be simple because the Virtual Boy was not considered, that good a system, even though it was kind of considered portable. You could take it with you and not hook it up to a monitor or anything like that. You still needed a power source to hook it up to, so you need a wall outlet, likely in a public place, if not your house or hotel, and game over. A simple enough play, fun enough, and it tells you who designed and programmed the game. So if you had a bad experience with it, you know who to blame. And the graphic artists, game manager, special thanks, and it was crafted in the USA. Game over. Moving on. You can't have Nintendo without Mario. And yes, the Virtual Boy had some Mario games to it. But I don't think they're much to write home about. I mean, you have Mario Tennis, which is tennis with Mario characters. You also have another one, which is a little better. Mario Clash. Yeah, more of these. Important read instructions and precaution booklets before operating in English and in Japanese. And again, I got tired of me waiting to push the button. Virtual Boy logo again. And here, montage. Looks like a tower among the clouds. an airship. Bowser? I don't think so. But what's here? Well, that thought it's just circling around at the moment. Now it's going to the background. And it's dropped some, I'd say, enemies off. And they've just cemented their flag. And going below the tower, clouds are a little thinner. The base of it. Yep, gotta make sure we go all the way down. Clash Tower. There's Mario. And he is going in. Well, yeah, Clash Tower. In walks Mario. Mario Clash. Push start button. Okay. Press that. Very graphic. Again, black and red. Allows you to select, and you do. Looks like we got Koopas and Spinies. You're going through, yeah, and Pierce right there. You kind of enter much like the same from the original Mario Brothers game. I guess your goal is to deal with the enemies without hurting yourself. And Koopa's got you immediately out of the gate. Mario drops down on the chain, jumps down. You're jumping, you're trying to stomp enemies or deal with them some way. I don't think you can get those turtles with spikes, but the regular Koopa, I think you're able to throw something. So, yeah, and again, you got. Game over, but you're figuring things out. And there's Mario. It's like, here's your points, which is nothing. And it says, thanks for playing. Yeah, I definitely can do better. There are other levels to get. And yeah, I'm skipping through the montage. Back to Mario Clash. And getting back to topic, yeah, game start, top score, and brightness 3. But getting back to topic, I said that I thought, and I believe others thought as well, that Wario Land was the better game on the Virtual Boy. I don't disagree with that, as that is more of a quest game than this one is. This one takes a lot of cues from the original Mario Brothers. Okay, technical bonus. You jumped on a Koopa, grabbed the shell, and you used it to take out those central Spinies. Not bad for learning. Level 2. You got 3 Spinies in a row. And the pipes are also still used to transport yourself from one end of the maze to the next. Okay, you got enemies. Knock them out. Technical bonus. Central Spine. 3,000. Time bonus. 1840. What next? This seems pretty simple in practice, but you get some surprises. And, oh, it's like risers. One just above the second. You're also trying to figure out how you get from one to the next. Actually, or maybe I'm actually trying to figure out how to get down. Yep, that's what you need to do, get down. Jump, and that's a platform you can jump on. I guess it goes for the 3D environment, which was well, it wasn't called 3D Boy, as the angry video game nerd once said. And you got spinies, but the best you can do is with turtle shells or Koopa shells is just hit on them and try to turn them away. And let's see. And that riser is like way too low. Ooh, fireball. It's like you knock the fireball down a bit, but those spinies are really the ones that kill you. And you also have to have a precision aim. Okay, drop down, much like Mario Brothers. This one definitely is more like Mario Brothers, as you're using pipes. You're also using get turtles. You also have fire circling, maybe fireflies. I don't know. So, okay, sending the spinies. You hit a spiny in the face, and he turns away. And the Koopas are pretty self-explanatory. And also those turtle enemies with the spines. Once you figure out how those are dealt with, you have a pretty enjoyable game you can really work your way through. Okay, alright Mario, let's see where we're going. Okay, you got one. Now, so the way we got two on the other side. Just spiny back the other way. And you have to hit it in the face and hit it in the nose to turn it the other way. This is definitely a game worth revisiting. See how else you can master this game. And jump. Okay. Here comes the fireball. But did the fireball happen before the time traveler arrived at work or after? I'd say likely after. And they also found that business manager to take over. But regardless, I'd love to say more about this game, but there doesn't seem to be all that more to say. Mario Clash does give me a little bit of a Mario Brothers vibe. I mean the original Mario Brothers game, as you're jumping from a top rafter down and you're trying to dodge turtles and apparently a spiny. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you can take out the spiny. You can go after the turtles, which I figure are the Koopas here. And it turns out you also have a bit of a fireball that's floating around. Turtles you can get away from. Spinies you just send the other ways if you strike them. I don't know how you take those off the field. And also evading a fireball. What else can this game throw at you? I think it's definitely something worth looking at. But now I know the Virtual Boy did not have like a big selection of games for the US market. And some I still have yet to get to. I mean, well, golf will be pretty self-explanatory. Nestor's Funky Bowling, maybe I might look at that at a later time. And I think there's like Red Alert or Red Alarm, something like that. Maybe that's worth looking at. But, and I'm not going to get to all of them here because, well, let me take a look at let me show you a little bit of the list that I got. Well, from what I remember from the Nerds video, this is a whole lot more than what he covered. Remember he held up his cartridges and says, this is all of them. Well, I guess the Japanese entries are also here. It's like Virtual Lab, Virtual Fishing, V Tetris, Tobias Panda Bomb. That's scary. T&E Virtual Golf, Space Squash, Space Pinball, SD Gundam Dimension War, Space Invaders Virtual Collection. A lot of these we did not get. Yeah, that list is a little more than what was revealed for the American market. Apparently, the Japanese market had some pretty good stuff to it. How good? Let's take a look at Space Invaders Virtual. A notice just in Japanese. Oh, definitely an exclusive Japanese release. Again, automatic pause. You want to turn it off or turn it on? Well, myself, I leave it on. But what have we got here? Oh, come on. Ooh, the sign comes at you upside down, Taito. And we got the Invaders, Space Invaders Virtual Collection. Press start button. You got Virtual 3D, the Challenge, and the original 2D. And Space Invaders and Space Invaders 2, two separate versions. And usual red and black, but it is playing out like the original arcade game. No, I think it is the original arcade game. Play Player 1, except red and black. Invaders are the same. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, man. Yeah, really get into a rhythm with that. And yeah, I got hit. The graphics look the same. You got a black background, red lighting. I consider this one of the best. Especially as it's the original arcade game. And you're loving it. Ooh, mystery ship. And did not get it. Much as you don't get it on the regular. And I got hit again. Bloop, 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 bloop. I probably don't really have to go into any depth as Space Invaders was covered a couple videos ago, but yeah, game over. Play Space Invaders. And it's tables. The mystery. 30 points, 20 points, 10 points. Yeah, we're doing this again. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, over and over and over and over again. Oh. I remember watching a game documentary where they covered Space Invaders for Atari. I think the person that was covering Atari Space Invaders, well, probably wasn't considering the Virtual Boy at the time. And he got so good at playing that game, he got tired of it and never wanted to play it again. And yeah, I got taken out. But the game continues on. And still blasting away. A little better than most. Maybe we'll get the mystery ship. Not this time. And yeah, I got blasted again. Okay. Try to get a good angle to knock out the enemy ships, and you're losing your shields, and you lost the game. Japanese warning logo again. Going for the virtual boy. Pause. 30-minute pause on. Let's get ready to get her started. Let's get it started. Slide down. Space Invaders virtual location. First start button. Virtual 3D. Alright, and we're going to do Space Invaders. I have not done Space Invaders 2 on this one yet. Think the original will be enough? Well, you got a planet in the background. That's different. Usually the planet's painted on, and the invaders are lined up in a different way. They are not coming down on you from the top. Well, they're coming at you, coming forward. You are still stuck to the left and the right, and you're still able to shoot. But the approach in the invaders, this angle, you may not like how they come down to Earth. Of course, maybe on Earth you're not missing much. But that might be another story for another time. Well, still blasting away. It's interesting, but yeah, got hit again. And hit again. Game over. Play Space Invaders one more time. Alright. It's different looking at Space Invaders like that. The 2D, something like, well, they're not exactly 3D shapes. It's just coming at you at a different angle. The ships still have a 2D look to them. But it's front to back instead of top down. It is different to get used to, but it's still, I think it's still fun. New twist on an old classic. Red and black doesn't bother me much. Ooh, got the mystery ship. And also a little bit of a headache. Ooh. Trying to get to the far corners. You go all the way to the left or the right, it does leave you a little more open to attack. So you definitely have to strategize at the far ends. Okay. And, well, good thing you're able to blast the lasers. Let's see. Ooh. Nope. Game over. That was fun. Now the challenge levels. Let's see what we got first. First is time attack. Okay. Looks like this is a beat the clock challenge. Or I guess you have to blast invaders, not get blasted to beat the time. Okay, counting down. Alright, just don't get hit. And looks like I'm doing pretty good so far. Hold on. Stay behind the shields as best you can. Yep, this is the virtual version. Which, okay. Just 30 more seconds to go. Can you hold on? And I guess not. Game over. Still, nice little time challenge. So, there's also another challenge to go. Time attack to score attack. Score attack. Play player 1. Okay. Background's a little different. So, just over a bunker instead of a moon. I guess I'm supposed to beat the score. So, beat 3,000. Can I do it? Well, the answer to that is no. Not without practice. So, keep shooting. Looks like you also have to do it within a certain time as well. So, you got 2... I guess you're going to be in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I guess one looks at it. And you couldn't beat that one either. Well, try again. Yeah, that's the good stuff. A traditional Space Invaders game, along with a, well, apparently a virtual version or 3D version, depending how you look at it. And also a couple of bonus efforts, and even Space Invaders 2 is thrown into this. But I think I want to take a look at these Japanese Game Boy games a little more. I'm going to be doing another Virtual Boy video somewhere down the line. And I'm also going to cover some from the American market that I didn't get to here. So, this is not going to be a single video. Expect a part 2 somewhere down the line. Feel like I'm missing out on a game and want to nominate one of your own? Go ahead and check me out over on social media. See you all next time, and don't forget to click and subscribe.